Hello, everyone out there in the world right now. I know I started this podcast, but obviously I'm not wearing a band T-shirt. I do have a hat from the company that I work for on my head, but they don't pay for advertising, so obviously the hat is on backwards. Plus, the advantage it covers up this bald ass head, and I ripped off the logo because I'm gonna turn it into a hat with sticker on it, anyways. Uh This is my weekly one. I'm actually feeling a whole lot better than I was last week because last week I was fucking dead to the goddamn world because this whole nice upper respiratory shit that I had, fucking killer. Did not like it. I spent most of the week last week either having coughing fits and everything else because that shit fucking sucked. Couldn't breathe, but yet I was still going to work and vaping on my breaks because well, that's what happens when you enjoy your nicotine. And damn, my beard's actually looking pretty good. It's quite big and long. It doesn't even fit in the screen anymore. Huh. Who knew? Obviously, as I'm hawking up shit right now, should probably go over to this page. Or not, because now my whole fucking computer is going to freeze up like it's been doing. Ah, I have way too many things open, way too much shit downloaded, way too much shit to upload. And, well, it's a process and a progress, and none of it ever gets caught up, especially when certain times you are just fucking tired and you don't want to do anything other than lay in bed and watch YouTube reels. Also, shout out to Soup Sound Studios. They were the one I did the Dread Star Rising with the God voice. If you haven't watched that interview, you should, because we were having all kinds of fun doing Sam Kinison impersonations, comedy, and then the God voice randomly would pop in and be like, "Hey, ask this question." So then I'm asking the question like, "Ooh, there's the God voice." Definitely a fun time. Uh Need to get back down to Wichita to do some more stuff with Soup Sound Studios because that was a fun time, especially when I got to hear unreleased music because that's the best part of this whole fucking job thing activity is getting to hear all the unreleased music that people have before it comes out. But the downside of getting the unreleased stuff is they go, "Hey, we've got a video coming out in 2 weeks. Can you do a reaction to it?" So now I can't listen to their stuff until the video time comes out, which there has been a lot of bands lately that have been putting out a shit ton of music. Excuse me. There's a little burp in there. But with all the new music that has been coming out, I've been asked to do some reaction review videos. Obviously, like I said, I've been tired. There's been I was down with the sickness and down with the slip disc. I didn't slip the disc yet, but we were down with the sickness and not the wah. As you can tell, the vocal cords are still not liking where they're at. And that was part of the stuff that I was dealing with and still am struggling with. I don't know what the hell I caught, but it has not been very much fun. It highly sucks, and I do not recommend catching it. I give it a 0 out of 1 star. So it really sucks. Horrible. The reviews are really bad on it. Nobody likes it because it keeps everybody from doing anything. And also, I can't go out and do anything like metal detect or magnet fish, or well, I can still go out and take photos if I feel like I'm in the Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal video doing a 45-degree lean. This wind fucking sucks. Yes, it is exhausting. I do not like it. I do not recommend it either. It also I got a message from my dad earlier this week that he sent me a picture of his garage door that it fucking bent in half. He's got like a 20-foot garage door on his shed and it bent the thing in. It was probably one of the wildest wind pictures I've ever seen, and I've lived through a whole lot of windstorms, like one of my favorite windstorms when I was living in an apartment with my oldest daughter. There was 90-mile-an-hour straight winds. knocked over trees, everything. I was working 2 jobs at the time, working in the fab shop, and then I was also working at as a delivery driver for a certain pizza place. They don't pay me advertisement either, so fuck them. Plus, fuck them anyways because I tried to get a job back there again, and I didn't meet their qualifications, so fuck them. It's the Sarahs. I got the double Sarahs. Oh shit, I'm in trouble. And so I was 90-mile-an-hour straight winds. I'd already pulled 9-hour day at one job and like another 6-hour day, and I was fucking exhausted. I'd been doing the 2 jobs for a while, and I went home, got ready for bed, fell asleep. Later on that night, my daughter comes in and wakes me up because apparently when you have 90-mile-an-hour straight winds, the tornado sirens go off. Well, I told her it was the fire alarm and to go back to bed. This shows exactly how exhausted I was. I wake up the next morning, drag my ass out of bed, go out to the vehicle, drive across town to where I was working. And as the whole time I'm driving, I'm like swerving around trees and everything, can't figure out what the hell was going on. And apparently the tree next to our apartment had fallen over and it was at least 6 foot wide of a big ass tree. I don't know what kind it was, but it was a big ass tree and it fell over. Luckily, it didn't fall on my car, but I'm driving and not even noticing what the hell's going on. Half of work's missing that day because they've got to go repair their fences or find their fucking roof. And I had absolutely no clue. I was so oblivious. My daughter thought I was out of my damn mind telling her it was a smoke detector and to go back to bed. She still likes to bring that up from time to time that I told her to go back to sleep after the smoke detector went off. Hey, who am I to judge? Also, speaking of judging, I don't know how I'm segueing into this, but we're going to start doing some of these shows because this week I got a whole shitload of flyers. Last week I had like 150 comments on that post. So we're going to start off at the top in Kearney, Nebraska at the amazing other side. There is the Ildren tour featuring. That is not who it's featuring. That just happened to come out. Featuring King ISO, Lex Bratcher, Tabo the Truth, Unconventional Kings, and there's like 3 or 4 local guys. I think there's like the Rapaholics or something like that. It's like a 6-band or like an 8-band bill or something like that. I don't know all the. Hang on, let me just click on this damn link. Link. My words are not working today. We can no longer use. And of course, they do not say who all is on. Oh, there it is. All right, we got Royal Music featuring Nino Benz. Those guys are fucking good. If you haven't seen them, Sky Manor, the Nebraska Holics, and Boyd. So that is at the other side in Kearney, Nebraska. That is a rap show. There might be a possibility of me making it, depending on how things all go. Also in Wichita, Your Band Sucks, the live shit show. They censored it. I don't have to censor it because I am family fucking entertainment. So the live shit show, insult comedy and musics meet head on. Matt Bueller is going to be doing some insult comedy at this thing, which is going to be interesting. Somebody needs to get me a fucking video of that because Matt Bueller is the biggest sweetheart you will ever meet. Dude is amazing. Oh, goddamn fucking screen. It is Love Like War, Burn the Gates, The Haters Coalition, The Merkins, and Sin and Scar. And that is at the. Oh, that's at Kirby's. Kirby's Beers Placey thing. And there's also going to be Aaron and Austin show. It's an Aaron and Austin show presents, which if you haven't checked out those guys' podcast, you definitely should because they had me on there and one of the guys was not there like he said he was going to be. So I dressed up as him and put his beanie on and his like button up t-shirt and ended up doing the podcast dressed as him. So it was quite a fun time. The 13th of this month, Wild Roses at Cunningham's on the Brink. Not sure where the hell that's at. Oh, on the bricks. Oh, on the bricks. Cunningham's on the bricks. So there is that one. Uh, and we shall go back to our regularly scheduled program of fuckity fuck. Which, luckily, my daughter's not down here, or she would be going, language. I'm glad she at least knows that it's language that I'm using and not just random noises to be goofy as hell, which she'd probably just look at me like I was out of my goddamn mind. Or it'd be like at work where they look at me like I'm out of my goddamn mind. Who would have thought? Some things traverse really well across the plains. I figure you might as well be the same person everywhere you go. It just makes things easier. You don't have to try to put on the different masks and the different faces, and then you're like, oh, look, I'm here. I gotta be a hard ass badass. Oh, look here. I'm at work. I gotta be this coherent slave, which slave, yes, coherent, no, asshole, probably. Seeing how I will page maintenance anytime I don't feel like fixing anything, which is anytime something breaks or I get an alarm that I can't physically fix because there's a sign that says, unless you are trained in maintenance on this machine, do not mess with it. Well, basically, it says, do not fuck with it. I'm paraphrasing and putting it into terms where everybody can understand exactly what I am saying. It says, do not fuck with it unless you're maintenance. So every time something goes wrong, we fucking page maintenance because, well, we don't get paid for that shit. Which, hey, I'm okay with that. I'll stand around with my thumb in my ass, which is kind of impressive. My thumb isn't like brown right now and still works because there's been a whole lot of times lately that my thumb has been in my ass at my work. Oh well, I get paid by the hour. Yes, I do talk a whole lot of shit because I possibly. It's the shit emoji! Yes, I do talk a whole lot of shit because I can, because, well, I saw a TikTok video and therefore I know how to talk shit now. I mean, if all the kids in the world right now have seen it on TikTok, so it must be true, I can talk shit because I'm pretty sure there's a shit talking video on TikTok and YouTube and whatever the fuck other book of faces. I mean, I'm sure there's some George Carlin clips on TikTok and Eminem clips. So, I mean, if you need some shit talking right there, there's Sam Kinison on them. I mean, right there, you pretty well got all your shit talking covered. I mean, it is what it is. We don't mind. We like it. And there's another fucking burp coming. Nope, cancel that. It decided to leave. It's supposed to be the chocolate. Nope, it is not the chocolate ice cream. If you want chocolate ice cream, they need to put a fucking cone underneath it. Right there, it just looks like shit. Yes, the Book of Faces fucked up her profile and took it away where Sarah Maple does photography on it. And Book of Faces, there's a hole in my pants and my crotch. Over here, just like, I don't know. I look down, there's a fucking hole in my pants. Apparently, a spark got all excited down there and caught on fire. Fuck, I don't know. Obviously, you can see I'm still wearing most of my work clothes, except for my bandana. I decided to take that off and let my head breathe. Too much. No, this is in the front of the pants, not in the back of the pants. Plus, I mean, I've been trained as a plumber, so I can literally like, you know, do the whole like what. And since I'm a gangster, I'm gonna do some gangster rap. I don't have to have my pants at my waist anymore. I can have them down to like my fucking kneecaps. So, I mean, I've got all the gangster rap albums. It makes it okay. And at least my pants are not skin tight and my balls can actually breathe because they're not actually in my pants anymore. So, free air conditioning. Well, depending on the time of the weather, it might be free air conditioning. Other times it's people get the fuck away from me because it's swamp ass release. So maybe it's like an air vent for swamp ass for later on. I don't know. Especially with the summertime, it's going to get really funky. Well, which is going to be weird because I think this is going to be the first summer in Oh shit. 11, 11 years? 11 years that I might actually be working 8 hours a day. I think the last time I was working 8-hour shifts was COVID, but there was that nice government check, so that did help out a bunch. But I can't say too much because during COVID, I was smart and I was working 2 goddamn jobs and doing magnet fishing in between the jobs. And one time they wanted me to go deliver pizza, and I had a fucking truck topper that I found in a river. Well, I don't know if it was a river and more like a creek stream thingy out in the middle of goddamn nowhere. And I found that and I tied that bitch up to the top of my blazer and I drove back into work with that. I got some weird ass looks from people. Also, when you're carrying like 200 pounds of metal, steel, scrap steel in the back of it, it tends to, besides it being a V8, it kills your fucking gas mileage. But that was back in the day when gas was $1.89, $20, and $30 to fill up my whole fucking tank. Now $40, I get 3/4 of a tank, and pray to God I can make it through the work week. Ugh. And that right there is why we did not do the podcast last week, because that would have been the whole goddamn podcast right there. We're also making sure that we bounce back and forth between family friendly entertainment, because that's what I'm going with. Because I've had 15 cents a gallon. That was when they walked uphill both ways in the snow, rain, sleet, hail. They had to deal with typhoons to get to school. And then they had to work 47 hours a night on the family farm. Yes, I've heard all the stories. Actually, my dad is the only person I know that had to walk uphill both ways to get to his house because his house was in the middle. So the way that he went, he had to go uphill to school. And then to get back, he had to go downhill. But his house was in like their house was in the middle of the hill. So he still had to walk back uphill to get home. It was the funniest damn thing. And then I had to apologize to him when he showed me the house. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't believe you. I thought you were full of shit saying you had to walk uphill both ways. And he goes, thank you. I appreciate that you're sorry for this. I was like, no, not the fact that you had to walk uphill both ways. It builds character. Just the fact that I thought you were full of shit for saying you had to walk uphill both ways. That's the part that I was sorry for and apologize for not believing you. I think the typhoon one's new, but since it being in like the Midwest, I figured the typhoon thing is accurate because they still would have had to go to school in their one room school where the teachers beat them with rulers repeatedly for getting 2 plus 2 correct. They had well, that was back when they had like we had recess toys. Well, I don't know if it was recess toys, but those things were made out of fucking steel. And if you fell off of it, you were gonna die if you landed on something. Like it was reinforced, there was concrete, like it was none of that plastic friendly safe. Like you had wood chips. I mean, you'd fucking die out there. The 3 million degree slide that you go down that would like leave parts of your skin on there. Hey, my kids told me that I killed the dinosaur. So I don't know. I don't know how long she'd been around before I got into Earth. Because my kids say that the reason I got my nice chromie dome is because upon entering Earth, as I was floating through the atmosphere or through the abysmal nothingness of space, I found this planet and decided to come take a look at it. And upon re-entering, I burned off all the hair on top of my head. When I landed, I killed all the dinosaurs. So she's level 72. We're just going level 72. It sounds way cooler than age. All right, I can now say that I have had a 72-year-old, a level 72, listening to my podcast. Hopefully, she doesn't feel that I am not family friendly entertainment about my comments about the Dallas Cowboys and then finding out people are choking on mac and cheese just like the Cowboys do every goddamn season, like a porn star. Yes, I decided to bring all that up because I remember shit from the last podcast. Can't remember what the fuck I ran today or what parts I cut and pulled and put on pallets, but I can tell you what I did 2 weeks ago on a podcast. I joked one time. That's what she said. Hey, and that one actually worked. Hey, all right. Not every guy on the planet has heard that phrase. There are some out there that it doesn't matter. There ain't no way anybody's joking on it. I mean, some people are like that. We all know those people because females talk. Sorry. That's how I found out about all the people I went to school with who had little dicks. But we're not going to name drop any of them. But it's always funny when you see them with their new girlfriend and you're like, another one? Boy, aren't you disappointed with him? Also, Friday, April 12th. I don't know how I love how I segue through things. April 12th, we have Gravehuffer and Pantheon at the Iron Horse Records in Van Buren, Arkansas. AR's Arkansas, right? I think AR's Arkansas. It's a state AR. There's no numbers behind it, so it's okay. Let's see. I need to start drinking more water and stop drinking so much pop, but then I wouldn't run out of caffeine. Fairmont, Nebraska Fire and Rescue Post. Oh shit, I'm like reading from the top of the post. It's an actual post. Prime Rib Feed, April 13th, serving 4:30 to 8. The Fairmont Legion Hall dine-in or to go, $25 per ticket, $30 day of. Kyle Saylor band to follow. And this is at the in Fairmont, Nebraska. Fairmont? Fairmont. I don't know. I don't even know where the fuck that is. I'm now trying to figure out where the hell we're going with this. Oh, sorry. The brain goes at a hamster speed pace and then the squirrel takes off and we forget where the fuck we're going with things or what we just said. So I had to take a moment to remember the previous conversations and the rambling rants and I I think see, this is the advantage of me being me and this is why I do the things that I do and no one really has a fucking clue what the hell's going on, especially this guy. 95% of the time he has absolutely no goddamn clue and he talks in the third person. Who would have thought? I, he, we. The best part is when I was out in the middle of nowhere doing magnet fishing videos by myself. Keep in mind, I am the only fucking person out there. And there is nobody with me because I would basically get off work, go magnet fish, go back to work. Yeah, I lived such a wild lifestyle. And then I get off work and drive back home to edit photos and videos and then post them on YouTube and then go back to work the next goddamn day. Such a lifestyle. But I'd be out in the middle of nowhere and I'm like, look, we're out here. Like I'm talking with all the voices in my head are suddenly present at this thing. So I don't really know what the hell I was doing 90% of the time, but a couple people commented, how many people do you have out there? I'm like, there's one. I'm the only one out there, usually where there's no cell phone signal or just like one bar of cell phone signal. But I was usually out in the middle of goddamn nowhere and I'm going, we're out here magnet fishing today. Me, myself, I, and that other dude upstairs is might have been a mixture of the heat and being out in the middle of goddamn nowhere. But need to start getting back out and doing more magnet fishing. Kind of miss that stuff, but I'm not 100% sure how well the back is going to hold up to it. So I'd better make sure at least somebody's on. Like, I need to make somebody aware that has a driver's license and a vehicle, and maybe know a couple people that have driver's license. Be like, hey, I'm at this area. Come fucking get me. I'm dead. I threw out my back again. Go figure. Uh, come get me. You'll see the van. I'm on the fucking road, like literally on the road. I haven't seen a car in 2 goddamn hours. Come get me. And then we have Skullfest 420 with Slick Cherry. Hang on, let me get a little bit closer on here. We got 420 to close is when the show starts. Who would have thought? $10 cover. There's Slick Cherry, Skull Killed, Dead Air Dennis, Brian Hims, Voice of Reason, Wiley, Nice Nick Nasty, uh Ionomix, The Troy Perry Show, Bad Wolf, Nexus Lives, Stoner Creek Shakedown, Hair of the Doghouse, and that is in Richmond, Kentucky. I know where Kentucky is. I know that state. Then we had some dude randomly just rant on it about people being weird. Uh so I'm not gonna bother with reading that whole rant. Nobody liked it. Nobody commented on it. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. We have Whiskey Throttle, a country southern rock, live at Ironsides in Parksburg, Illinois at 8 p.m. to midnight. And that is on the 13th, which is in 2 days. We have Maloney's, the Roxy Mafia. Have this odd feeling that this one is a drag show. Maybe, possibly. I am not 100% on that. But the hell is that? Oh, that's tonight. So if you're in the Omaha area and Maloney's in Council Bluff, Iowa, which is also in the Omaha area, I have found out. Go check that out. I believe it's a drag show. I am not 100% sure. If I am wrong, I sincerely apologize. But Maloney's has a whole bunch of stuff coming up. We have the Rex Manning Day, Saturday, April 13th. Doors at 7, show at 8. Let's see, Andrew Nelson on guitar. I think that's just all the people that are in the band. And openers, Old Man Out, Good Man Out, Odd Man Out. Trying to read these flyers. And Empire Records. At see, there's also on 414. This is Mr. Gay Omaha CVS presents Come Together, a drag show benefiting Omaha for Us. It is $5 cover at the door. That is Saturday. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Oh, no. Yeah, that's the one I want. Trying to do the little emoji thingy all of a sudden. It is not working very well. So we're going to go back into our regularly scheduled program with those commercial breaks of show announcements because, well, I also did have a cool thing over this week while I was posting this. I had a band from Dublin, Ireland post on it. So I'm going international, bitches. Which now means I have bands in Ireland to check out. And hopefully one of these times where I can start feeling better and I'm not coughing up a lung because I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to get ready to record a reaction review video and mid-song is when I'm going to start having a coughing fit. Because that's how it would work. And plus, like this weekend, having to get kids doing from work and doing all that stuff. And the oldest kid is doing something with Skills USA, I think. She's in college. I don't know what the competition is. I have not the slightest clue what she is doing at it. Because I don't think she's doing hair care like she did 2 years ago. 2 years ago, a year ago, something like that. She ended up going to nationals and not having a fucking clue. And it wasn't even something she was in school for. She was in school for accounting and she went to this thing with hair care stuff. And the best part was there was one lady. This was like the first year she was competing in it. My daughter was competing in it. And she's like, oh, yeah, she did really good last year. And me and my daughter kind of look at each other like, really? Oh, yeah, yeah, she did. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I go, you fucking competed last year? She goes, I didn't fucking compete last. Well, she didn't say fucking. She doesn't cuss around me. And the few times she has, she feels like really bad about it. My other two kids have cussed around me. And a couple times my youngest daughter finds it funny to annoy my oldest one with the fray. I'll ask her how you make holy water. And her response is, you boil the hell out of it. She gets all excited with those things because it annoys my oldest one to nobody's end. You can't cuss around Dad. She's like, why the hell not? Does not help when you start laughing hysterically because she literally asked her why the hell not and cussed again. So I do not know why my kids do the things they do, but most of the time, they're pretty goddamn funny. I would have to say that they get it from me. Well, wait, I'm funny looking. Ah, shit. All right. Well, some way they get it from me. They're not funny looking. They're actually kind of adorable. And my oldest one right now, well, yeah, her with being with Skills USA, she ends up asking me if I know somebody from the company I work for because they're supposed to be there. And I was like, have fun. So there's those things. But yeah, right now my daughter has become even more of a disappointment. And I don't know why she would possibly want to go get a tattoo. I mean, I can't imagine where she might have gotten the idea of getting a tattoo from. I mean, she went and got most of her leg tattooed with these flowers and flowery stuff, and I don't know. And then she's got some other ideas she's adding to it that are all flowery stuff that her grandparents and great grandparents all drew. So, I mean, the concept's really cool, but it's one of those things that I love giving her shit about. Of you're such a disappointment. I can't believe that you would go get a tattoo and defile your skin and all this. And she literally goes, Dad, where do you think I got it from? I was like, I don't know. I got my tattoos. I was already a disappointment. Like you still had hope and a future and opportunity and all this stuff, and now you're going to get tattoos. And well, mom has tattoos. Oh yeah, we'll blame your mother for it. All right, fine, let's do that. And then we tried that until her mom went, "You have 10 times more tattoos than I do." Hmm. I guess you're right. I might actually be able to take credit or blame for this one, but it's oh well. She's over 21 now, and well, she can make her own dumbass choices. She can legally drink. I can't defend her now. If she didn't drink, I could probably defend her some, but since she now can legally drink, I have no excuse on why she does the things that she does. Not like I had a whole lot of defense in before, because she's literally like the most normal one out of all of us. Well, we're all normal in our own little fucked up way. Let's just put it that way. One of my mustache hairs hitting me in the fucking nose. Okay, there's at least no boogers in there. Glad I at least took all the cough medicine before doing this podcast so that I'd stop hawking up a lung. I had to go switch over to laundry before this because being such a sensation on all this, no boogers. All right, no boogers in the nose. Since I'm this big time YouTube sensation, I hired the maid and he's got a bald head with an eyebrow ring, a blue shirt that says University of Kansas, some big ass metal holes in his head, and a big ass red beard and tattoos on his arm. And he's got a bunch of cool nerdy shit behind him. I hired him as a maid and a housekeeper, and he fucking sucks at it. He's not the best, but he tries his hardest to do what he can do when he can do it, when he's not being a big YouTube sensation or having to be dad or uh worker or yeah. So I am going to fire myself as a maid and then probably rehire myself later because I stepped on something on the floor like cat litter or Fire that ginger. He does his best. I mean, he at least keeps towels in the bathroom and underwear in my sock drawer and socks in my underwear drawer. Screwed it up, ran with it. Fuck it. He doesn't leave things in the wrong spot. He just gets so fucking sidetracked half the time that he doesn't get the thing that he started done in the first time. Like, okay, we shall use my ADHD and trying to do the best that I can. Uh Moments of how I work on housework. I was working on videos a while back and okay, most everybody has a catch-all drawer in their kitchen because for some reason that's where the catch-all drawer ends up being. Which I do have a catch-all drawer in that I've gone through numerous times and tried to figure out why I have half the shit in there that I have. And I've thrown away a lot of it. But I have a catch-all closet upstairs. I don't know why this closet suddenly for the past 4 years has been with the different people that have lived here and everybody and the ex-girlfriend and her kids and her kid's boyfriend and the grandkid and just everybody that has been through here. That closet has been the fucking catch-all. When I started cleaning on it, I found 3 different fans in there. None of the 3 fans went together, but not all of the parts were there. So if that says anything, so I've been working on cleaning that closet out for 3 months, 3 months, off and on for 3 months. I'll go up there, move some stuff down, and then sort through it and do all that stuff. So the other day, I found a tote and just kind of started throwing stuff in it so I could go through. I found Legos from when my kids were younger. Um, I found toys from when I was a kid, only pieces of them and parts of them, not the whole damn G.I. Joe vehicle. Like, I found the bottom base of the G.I. Joe vehicle. I don't know where the top part is. I found part of another G.I. Joe video. It's got the wheels and the K and like the main body, but it's missing everything else. So I started going through and just like, okay, I don't know where all of this is. I'm throwing this shit away. Working on it. So it has taken me 3 days to get that container emptied out. There's a whole lot of shit in it. Stuff that like I remember getting my kid, like my son when he turned like 5 or 6, he's 17. Stuff for like Christmases and birthdays and different things. There was different toys. There was stuff we don't even know where it came from. Like keep in mind, it's the catch-all closet. So there's like there's trucks and like toys that we don't even remember getting. Nobody knows where they came from, so they went into the trash and they went away because I'm not dealing with it. I'm horrible about taking stuff to Goodwill, so I just throw the stuff away. It's easier. I don't do garage sales because I'm never fucking home on weekends. Or if I am, I'm too goddamn tired. I don't want to get up at like 6 in the morning and set all this shit up to listen to people. Well, are you sure a quarter, like you won't go to a quarter on this? It's already 50 cents. How much lower are you, cheapskate? You're going to buy 20 things and spend $3. Shut up and give me the 50 cents. So it has spent 3 days on my dining room table of just working through it and then asking all the kids, what do you want out of this? Because these are the things that I have no clue whose they are. And my kids have picked through the stuff they want. And now it just sits on the table. And I'm going to have to go eventually go through and pick all of this stuff up and probably put it in a smaller tote and take the smaller tote upstairs. So in 3 to 5 years, I can go through it again and figure out why the fuck I still have all this crap. Let's see. Now to a commercial break. Uh, we are doing The Cove presents Rival Within Saturday, April 27th with Evil Shadows, Raw Toast, Bear Rat, and that is in Norfolk. I know where Norfolk is. Norfolk has a Target and a sticker store that sells stickers. and little things you can put on your little Crocs. No, I don't own a set of fucking Crocs. I own flip flops or slides. Slides, I think, is what the kids are calling them. They're not well, they might be flip flops. I don't fucking know. They're sandals because 90% of the time when I leave the house, I'm fucking lazy and I don't want to wear goddamn shoes anymore because I'm tired of wearing shoes. Shoes suck. I wear them 8 hours a day. Actually, probably more than that. Enough to make my socks all stinky and wet. Oh, let's see. Here is Blessing of the Bikes. This one is in Bellevue, Illinois, with oh, there it is. Live music featuring Nine, Nine Left Dead, Dime Store Riot, Rage is My Rival, 11 After. Ooh, those guys are fucking good. So is Rage is My Rival. The Coves, Psycho Mismatch, Secondhand Send the Message, Etched in Embers, Alborn, Almost Guilty, and Sinful. April 20th in Chicago, Illinois, we have Fractural something, Persevere, Murder Chi, Lost in Exile, Goat something, Gots something, Fractural Array. Also co-hosting the Metal Manifesto this week is none other than at the KZUM is none other than the amazing John Cruz, who is a badass and is a massive supporter of the local thing. And it's you can find it at like kz.org or kz. They're out of Lincoln. Find KZUM because this Friday night is none other than the crazy bastards in Siphon, who should be releasing an album sometime soon. I've been waiting 84 years for it. I mean, at the rate that those guys are going to put this thing out, it might be out next week. It could be out in 3 fucking months. Who knows? But I keep giving them shit when they're like, who would want a CD? I was like, I've been waiting 84. I found the picture from the Titanic. I've been waiting 84 years for this. I got to laugh out loud, or I got a laughing emoji from one member. Sons of bitches. No, Siphon's a badass bunch of dudes. They're cool as shit. Always enjoy hanging out with them. They're one of the groups that when they show up and they see me, they beeline to me. We all meet and greet, give hugs and high fives. And then I spend a lot of my free time when I'm at the shows hanging out with those guys because they're fun as hell to hang out with. So, especially when their vocalist, his daughter, I think's almost a year old. I think she's getting up close, 6 months, something. I don't know. I can't remember how old your kids are. Under a year at some point in time. But he was so fucking exhausted. They said he slept the whole way there. Yeah, she's about 6 months. 6, 7 months, something. I don't remember. Not my kid to worry about. But he slept the whole way there because he'd been up all night with his kid because she was crying and screaming. And I was like, why are you up with her? Well, because she was hungry. Dude, you don't have any tits. You can't feed the kid. Oh, yeah. You dumbass. I'm tired. Leave me alone. The fact that you can't remember if your baby's hungry and you're not bottle feeding them and you're the one walking around with the child and you don't have any tits, you can't feed the fucking kid. Plain and simple. I mean, he does not identify as a female or any of that stuff. He identifies as a male, so he cannot breastfeed the child. Even if you identify as a female and you do not have that anatomy, you can't feed the fucking kid. Plain and simple. This is why I am family friendly entertainment. I love going on my little random tangents and rants and stupid shit. Yeah, we were talking about crazy bastards in Siphon. And if you're obviously in an area where there are large people, then I should be played at full volume because I'm funny and somebody's going to be offended because I could say something like, "Hi, how are you?" and then I'm offended, and then you just tell Karen to shut up or Kyle, whichever one. I think those are the two gender fluid ones or the some I don't know what the fuck it is. I know there's asshole and dickhead. This might be why I get in trouble for my mouth at work. Who knew? Oh yeah, here's the all a or the Dublin show at the this is at the Sound House in Dublin, Ireland. Dopamine, Thanks Mom, Urban Hours, and Broken Fret. That is April 14th. Not sure what the day of the week is and the time frame and everything like that on when it cuts over to whatever day they're in versus us. I don't know how that works. Okay, I can skip those two because those two I have talked about. Oh. Ah. So we will go back into the family friendly entertainment section of this thing. And that was the family friendly entertainment section. We don't have it. Depending on who your family is, that is how we go with it. Also, random stuff next to my YouTube section is a trail map for the Lewis and Clark expedition thing across everywhere. See, we're just going with random shit that I can grab. Through Kansas, Missouri, and Illinois, and Nebraska. Big ass map sitting right next to my little YouTube section because that is where I do all of my stuff. It's where I keep all of my travel brochures at. And I know this one is coming up, and we're going to go ahead and say it. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Doors at 6, show at 7. We have Mr. Capone E, who I found is not Hispanic. He's like Albanian or something like that. I don't know. I haven't done all the research. But Mr. Capone, Diz Zamripa, Zamapape. Uh, why can't you use block lettering like this so then I can read it? Trump, Upset, Audie, Young Lex, King J, Hell's Flame, Big Mick, and Cypher, which is sounds like a computer hacker. Ugh. So that's one I'm going to be going to. I need to make sure that I put the 6th off of work, so then I just be like, look, I got all fucked up on Cinco de Mayo or de Mayo or Mayo Deo or something. I hablo españolo. No, I un poquito hablo español. But yeah, see, these are the learned 3 languages in 7 years working at the company for 0 extra languages. No extra languages. Don't you fucking laugh either, because that was all inappropriate, I think. I don't know. 0 languages in high school. Couldn't figure any of the things out. Not saying that the teachers weren't good, just wasn't comprehending it, and I didn't really care. Which is weird because I should have learned how to figure out Spanish because I went into construction. And it would have been nice because then we wouldn't have to relay the information to the 9-year-old who's running around the job site playing because they're up on the roof. The parents are up on the roof putting all the shingles on in like 4 hours. They were beastly. So maybe I should have picked up some Spanish so then I could like communicate. Then I could maybe have at that time found out where some weed was or where the cervezas are or something like that. I don't know. But then if you needed weed, just find the drywallers. If you needed beer, find the drywallers. Those guys had fucking everything. You name it, they had it. They're also really good drywallers too. I don't know where this is going and why it went to suddenly construction to drywallers having all the really good shit. Who knows? Don't ask the painters. None of them ever had any shit. They were all old and some of them were cool, but a lot of them were kind of uptight. I don't know why. Maybe they huffed too many paint fumes in their time or too many, and not painters like cool painters or like none of the cool painting, but like house painting. And do not paint a room Pepto Bismol pink on the west side of the house because when the sun goes down and it hits that fucking room, it Pepto Bismol pink down the hallway into the living room, and the boss is yelling at me, "Why is there pink in here?" And I went and shut the door and went, "Because this room is fucking pink." He goes, "Oh shit." I don't know if the homeowner thought about this. Comes to find out, the homeowner didn't, but their daughter wanted a pink room. So whatever their daughter wanted, she got, apparently. What if she's a spoiled little shithead by now? That was like 15, 20 years ago. She should have grown out of that. She should be like, I don't know, at least 20 by now. No, she'd have to be more than 20. Dude, that was like, yeah, she'd be like early mid 20s. So I don't know. I don't recommend the Pepto Bismol pink room. That would be my. I wonder if she grew out of being a little spoiled pain in the ass. She wasn't much of a pain in the ass. She just wanted a pink room. Also, we have live music at let's see, Norton's Brewing Company. I have no idea where the hell that's at. I'm gonna probably guess it's in Wichita. It's live music on 420 with Lizzie Tramps, Black Cat J, and Vulcan ICT. So there's that one. There's been a flyer update with the gravestone on May 10th at the Cosmic Eye Brewing. It is Gravestone Official USA. Let's see. Followed by Mullum, then Molten, Gravel, and Flaw. We also have plenty of time for Give to Metal 2024, the Metal Manifesto at the KZUM. That is on May 17th and 18th. The 17th is Jody K, Plaz 9, the Dead Man Band, Dollar Hide, and looks like C69. I'm not sure what their new name is. It used to be I Wrestled a Bear once, and then it ended up being Maiku, and I think it's now this. I'm not sure what the new one is. And then May 18th is Blind Items, Till Hell, the Dill Pickles, who do a badass cover of the Scooby Doo theme song, which I do have a live video of. Crack Mountain, who sucks. No, those guys are fucking amazing, but they always say Crack Mountain sucks. Tin Dead, which their drummer is like the soccer mom look, is a badass drummer and cool as hell. Really nice lady. And then there are those assholes in Siphon. We're also going to be playing at that. So John puts together some badass shows. Also, April 13th at the where the hell is this? Oh, this is the Barleycorns with Rotten Aura, Partheon, Galdar, and Extrospace. I'm not 100% sure. I love how some of those bands, their logos are so fucking hard to figure out. Let's see. April 13th is someone is in somewhere in Missouri with Mad Existence, Nala, Grimstalker, This one's at, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'll be sharing the flyer tomorrow. Oh, we got two or three more. Let's see. There is the Shenanigans Party. Oh, this one's in Lawrence at it's the Roots and Barbecue, May 4th. Let's see. Spooky Lights. Lister, Lucille. Uh, Something. Justin Lark and the Cosmic Ozarkian Band. That's in Lawrence. Oh, let's see. And then we have Saturday, April 13th. Just a fucking metal show featuring Luciferian Insectus, Nephilim, Night Spack, Spack, Death Spiral of Inherent Suffering. I still need to check that band out. I want to know what the hell they sound like. Pantheon, Gravehuffer, Epcho of Unlit, Success of Suffocation, and Mud Show. I hope that's a band and not just like mud wrestling or something along that lines. And the last one coming up is the 5th annual T-Bars Motorcycle Rally. I have been to one of these. It was a great time. And this one is in Manhattan on Saturday, June 8th. It's Imagine, Bootleg Mercy, Sin and Scar, and Love Like War. So now that I had successfully gone through every flyer, except for the ones that were doubled up, we did mention all of them. See, there I go with the we thing. I'm the only one here. Well, besides, well, no, there is one kid here and 3 cats. I think the one kid is upstairs either watching TV or playing a video game or has fallen asleep. I don't know which one of the 3, but it's one of those 3 and probably that one. So and obviously one cat is here and I don't know where the other 2 cats are. They're usually running around the house at some obnoxious speed, which is weird. Shadow of the Asshole Realm is not running around acting like a jackass trying to kill me right now. I'm just actually more impressed at my voice and my sinuses and my contacts are not holding out, but the rest of me is holding out pretty well. I've been doing this for an hour and I felt like shit all last week. So I'm at least doing pretty good. I feel that getting through all of the show flyers was an impressive feat and still doing all the random goofiness. And I still managed on bringing in a Dallas Cowboy reference. See, I'm also one of those people you should probably not be eating food with. You should not be eating food while listening to me ramble on because you don't really know whatever kind of random shit I'm going to say. Don't mind me. I have one of my little random things I still need to unbox and shoot a video for and then edit the video and all that. But we have cold fish and chicken fat. These are little wacky packs. They have Zit Cats, Deadbolt, Snots. So all kinds of random things. I think one of these weeks I might need to just do like a setup QA session, see what kind of random questions people will ask. Well, I don't know if I want to ask. I know how some of my friends are. They'd ask the randomest, weirdest shit on the planet. Can't imagine why. Probably because I just want to see what kind of answer I'm going to come up with. If I'm going to be truthful or lying. But yeah, probably not doing a question and answer. I want to do a question and answer. I'll get in a band and do blah, 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 an interview. Interview. What do I get? Maybe I can be a rapper. There we go. Start making my own beats, write rap songs that are all metal influenced, and then I can interview myself, which would probably be the funniest thing. Be like Redbeard the hippie here, interviewing Redbeard the hippie. Have to run back and forth off and on a camera to be able to get the questions to answer to work right. Might be a worthwhile shot. Who knows? Add that to my random list of shit that I'm planning on, maybe working on doing. I love having ADHD that is unbridled and unmedicated and fueled solely by caffeine and nicotine and waking up like every 3 hours, which I actually had one night for the first time in weeks, actually, probably months, where I slept through the whole damn night. I don't get those very often where I sleep through the whole night and then I woke up, went to work, and then while at work on my lunch break, I am notorious for going out to my car. I have done this for the last like 4 years. I go out to my car and during lunch break, I will take a quick 10-minute power nap, which will help get me through the rest of the workday. It usually does, but for some reason, yesterday when I slept through the whole night, it made it where I didn't want to fucking wake up during my nap. My alarm suddenly goes off, and my only thought was already I got to go back in. I just got out here. Short girl anger problems. Well, I'll get you a step stool. And then you won't have near as short problems. We'll get you a step stool and some of those little dino arms, and you guys will be unstoppable. Nobody can fuck with you. You can get stuff off the top shelf. You'll be able to reach stuff with the dino arms off the top shelf. Be unstoppable. Nobody except for the anger. Like I just reread that again. I don't know. Ugh. See, it'll be an unstoppable thing, forced to be reckoned with, and then you'll be able to reach that can. So when somebody makes fun of you, you can just fucking chug it at them and ding them upside the head. Just make sure you don't throw it at somebody who can catch and has like a whole bunch of sports related skills because they'll catch it, chuck it right back at you, and then you're down and out, and you're angry, and you have a concussion. Kind of like most of the football players and some of the boxers. And speaking of boxing, we have the Mike Tyson and Jake, what's his nuts fight coming up. I still hope Mike Tyson goes into old school Mike Tyson and beats the fucking brakes off of him. Or bites his goddamn ear off. I'll settle for that. Bite Jake Paul's ear off, beat the shit out of him. I think he might be the one to be able to do it. But I mean, you are a 20-some-year-old kid fighting a 60-year-old man. I mean, that right there should probably say something. It doesn't look very good if you beat up the old guy because, well, I mean, anybody who's anybody knows that beating up the old guy does not make you look cool. Makes you look like a loser. It's kind of like pushing the guy in the wheelchair down the stairs going, man, I kicked his ass. God, I hope so. Dude, paraplegic in a wheelchair and you push him down a set of stairs. Ooh, you're such a badass. Tough guy right there. Well, or like beating up the town, like the drunk dude at the bar, like, oh, I whooped his ass. Dude knocked himself out, falling down, hitting his head on the bar stool. You are not a badass. You're lame. Shut up and go away. See, those type of things I always find is funny when people try to brag about those things. But it has died down some on the social media thing. Right now, it's all WrestleMania. And speaking of sports, I just found out OJ Simpson died yesterday. Apparently, he took his innocent thing to the grave with him. Such a thing. I remember sitting there watching that on TV because it suddenly broke into whatever cartoon I was watching. And suddenly it's all big news. My grandparents are there, my parents are there, and they're all watching it. And I'm like, this is stupid. I want to watch cartoons. Why are we watching a slow moving vehicle? Well, that's OJ Simpson. Who? Football player. Who? I mean, it's like, I don't know, I was like 10. Not like I knew who the fuck OJ Simpson was. But if the glove does not fit, you must acquit. Will always be the line that everybody remembers. Or actually, if the glove doesn't fit, you're full of shit. I mean, if I was smart, I'd buy a set of gloves small enough to put my, like, cram my hand in, do the crime, and then take them off and be like, look, my hands don't fit in it. Now I got to double up with like 2 layers of gloves so I don't screw up the fingerprints on the inside of the gloves. What a joke. Some things, the things we live through, and then you tell your kids about it and they're like, you're old. You were alive back then? Oh, you're not going to be alive for much longer. Let's put it that way. I didn't watch the trial. I was like 10. I didn't care. So, yeah, I don't know how everyone missed it and suddenly my news feed right now within the last like 2 hours, he passed away yesterday. In the last 2 hours, my news feed is nothing but OJ Simpson died and everything like that. I had to go look it up because I thought it was fake news. I mean, you got to double check all this shit anymore because you don't know exactly if the person's dead or not dead because everything is you have apparently I'm being woke or whatever the terminology bullshit is, but apparently I'm doing research to make sure it is factually correct. And I figure if TMZ, CNN, ESPN, OBS, BCB, uh, BBC, FUC, and all of those are covering it, then it's probably official. So, plus it was actually on Wikipedia. So that also sums it up that it probably happened. So who knows? I don't know. Maybe he'll ride. Maybe he won't be dead, and we just all missed it. And he just pulled the perfect escape plan, got the fuck out of there, and just went off into the abysmal abyss. And he's probably going to hell to meet up with his ex-wife, so she can reenact all the shit that he did to her. But he was innocent, right? Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there. I just remember white Broncos and driving the slowest chase speed thing ever on his in the history of high speed chase. Like there's a high speed chase doing 30 miles an hour down the interstate. That's not a high speed chase. We're doing like 80. So it is what it is. But apparently, there's been a whole lot of people passing away in the last couple days because that ended up also being the rest of my news feed. And then there was a show like 9 days ago that they're suddenly telling me about. And then there's that post in January 13th or something that Facebook decides that I now need to see. Could have been important. Who knows? But Book of Faces is a giant pain in the ass 95% of the time. And, or, okay, in the marketplace, if you've ever looked on the marketplace in Facebook and you look at it, there's like items near you, electronics, cars, all this other shit. And then you scroll down a little ways and it's like items recently sold. Ooh, thanks for showing me the shit I missed out on because you didn't show me the first time. Or like, I want to know what's in what is close to me. And it's like, you'll look and you scroll down, things further out of your way, and it'll say the exact same city that you're searching in places outside your search zone. Like, no, you dumb shit. That is in the search zone that I'm looking for. And then I have to double check because there's also a Minnesota with the same town name that I live in. And apparently there's an Aurora, Nebraska, and there's also an Aurora, Colorado. I think I remember the Aurora, Colorado. That's a hard one to say. Aurora, Nebraska, Aurora, Colorado. Apparently, Facebook thinks I live in fucking Colorado and is like, here's a camera in the area. And it's like, ooh, that's a hell of a good deal. I'll message them and see if I can never mind. I'm not driving 9 hours to go buy a fucking camera. Oh, what a pain in the ass. But my vocal cords are starting to get tired. I'm actually impressed. I lasted over an hour on this thing. So thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go get some cough drops and go take a shower and probably end up calling it an early night or scrolling on Facebook till 10 o'clock, watching reels and shorts and all kinds of other dumb shit. So we'll figure out if it's early bedtime or random shit that I'm going to go watch. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you. The giant scam. So for oh yes, it is. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and until next week, we'll be back Thursday again next week. Oh yeah, and Gravestone's back. Well, we might be leaving. Uh, yeah, Gravestone just showed up, and yes, it will be in a couple weeks because better watch out. I'm gonna bring my walker to that one. Make sure you get so I can get the cool handicap section because I'll be an old man by then. Good old 40 years old. I'll have to hobble my cripple ass in there. Get out of my way, goddamn kid. Don't worry, I'll bring a cane for you as well so we can just hobble around together. But looking forward to seeing you there. I'm gonna go ahead and end this thing. And we'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.